You are all welcome to the 112th conference and biannual general meeting of the Association of Nigerian of University Librarians of Nigerian Universities, AULNU, holding in this magnificent hall, National Open University. We shall be starting right away because we don't want to waste the precious time of most of our important dignitaries. We are all very important, but some have a very tight schedule, and we wouldn't want to keep them waiting any longer. Yes, we have the welcome address or opening remarks, if you like, by the chairman of the occasion. That is our own amiable Vice Chancellor, Professor Olufemi Peters, ably represented by the DVC TIR, Professor Godwin Akpa.
The representative of our boss, Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, the representative of the Executive Secretary, Tertiary Education Trust Fund, the National Librarian, the person with all the knowledge in the whole country. Because librarians read every book before anybody else will come to have access to it. So they know everything about every discipline. So we fear librarians because they read a lot, more than any one of us. Madam Chairperson, Dr. and very soon, hopefully, Professor Angela Opara, our librarian, the immediate past Chairman AULNU, the Chair LOC, the guest speaker, librarians here present, colleagues, distinguished invitees, gentlemen of the place, ladies and gentlemen. I stand here for my boss, Professor Olufemi A. Peters. The moderator of the program almost got me sacked by calling me the Vice Chancellor. I'm not the Vice Chancellor, I'm a Deputy Vice Chancellor overseeing technology, innovation, and research. There is a meeting going on in Senate building. I'm supposed to be there, and Dr. Opara is also supposed to be there. That is the reason why the VC said I should come and welcome you on his behalf. And I want to plead that the I and the my in the text of the speech is not referring to me, but to Professor Olufemi A. Peters. So permit me, please, the chair, to read his welcome remarks to you. It is with immense pleasure that I welcome you to the 112th meeting of AULNU. As Vice Chancellor of this great institution, this will be my second time of welcoming participants to biannual meeting of AULNU. I see this as an invitation by AULNU to our university to partner with university librarians nationwide in the journey towards transforming our libraries into main research hubs that attract researchers from all over the globe to Nigeria and to our own libraries. We are happy as a university to be part of this process because it aligns very well with our mandate to provide wide access to higher education that transcends all known barriers. Over the years, my administration has given considerable attention to reposition our Afolabi Library just behind this building. We have made deliberate attempt to make sure that we continue to increase our budgetary provisions to enhance the resources that are at the library for learning and for research and also for teaching. While my administration acknowledges the centrality of university libraries as learning resource centers, it is sad to observe that there is a knowledge gap among some few academics that would think with the invention of the technology, especially the IA-powered tools for research, libraries are no longer important. This is evidence from some comments made at different fora by few university academics in Nigeria, questioning the continual relevance of libraries today given the intrusion of AI-powered research tools at the doorsteps of researchers globally. The theme of this year's meeting attests to the commitment of AULNU to deploy technology for enhanced user library experience. AULNU is not opposed to the use of technology in research, learning, and also for teaching. However, AULNU will be opposed to an irresponsible use of technology that will deter the ability of researchers to be able to research with ease and with convenience and be able to improve on themselves so that they give current information, knowledge to the learners. To this end, I would suggest that while you debate on ways of enhancing our libraries nationwide, you may also consider to look at ways of sensitizing some of our colleagues to understand the use of library and the continual use of library, and I think the library will continue to be central to learning, teaching, and research. And therefore, I plead that we come up with ways of enlightening some of our young academics, and maybe some old ones that have refused to change, that the advent of technology does not mean libraries should not exist. We don't only read books in the library. We also meet in the library to brainstorm. We use the libraries to engage. We use the library to plan. And we use the library to look for other ways of enhancing knowledge acquisition on our campus. On this note, Chairperson, University Librarian, and the chair of the local organizing committee, permit me as the host to declare this function formally open. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you so much, sir. That is our chair for today and our chief host. Yes, there's going to be a slight modification on the agenda because of some of our dignitaries. They have some other very pressing issue that they have to leave almost immediately. But before they leave, we are going to have the welcome address by the AULNU chair, and thereafter we have goodwill messages, then we wrap up for the opening ceremony. Before we now come back to listen to our guest speaker, on what he has to tell us. So on this note, may I invite the Iron Lady herself, the powerful chair of AULNU, to give her welcome address. Thank you.
Executive Secretary, National University Commission, Professor Abdullahi Yusuf Ribadu, ably represented by Director Skills, Acquisition and Entrepreneurship, Malam Ashafa Laden, Executive Secretary, Third Front, Architect Sonny Echeno, ably represented by Alhaji Baba Imam, the Vice Chancellor of National Open University of Nigeria, Professor Olufemi Peters, ably represented by Deputy Vice Chancellor, Technology, Innovation and Research, Professor Godwin Akpe. Our guest speaker of today, Professor Ezra Shiloba Baje, the National Librarian CEO, Professor Chinwe Anunobi, the Registrar, Librarian Registration Council of Nigeria, Alhaji Jafaru Abdullahi Wase, ably represented by Chief Librarian, Mr. Okpara Kenneth, the President, Nigerian Library Association, Dr. Dominic Omokaro, distinguished university librarians, members of the academia, partners and stakeholders in library and information science, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am honored and delighted to welcome you to National Open University of Nigeria, NOUN, the first open and distant learning institution in Nigeria and the most populated university in the country, a place where innovative pedagogies seamlessly blend with cutting-edge technologies. With profound gratitude to Almighty God and on behalf of the Executive Council of the Association of University Librarians of Nigerian Universities, AULNU, I warmly welcome you all to the 112th biannual meeting of our esteemed association. This gathering remains a vital platform for us to reflect, strategize, and advance our shared vision for the development and transformation of university libraries across Nigeria. The theme for this year's biannual conference is revolutionizing university libraries through adoption of emerging technologies for enhanced user experience. This year's theme is both timely and very compelling as we engage deeply over the next 2 days and encourage us all to deliberate thoughtfully on several interconnected focus areas, which, if strategically pursued, would redefine the future of our libraries. Information technology, a tool, not the content. As librarians, we must recognize that technology is not an end in itself, but a means to enhance access, delivery, and user engagement. In our rapidly evolving digital environment, it is important to reiterate that information technology remains a critical tool for driving content, but not the content itself. As we innovate, we must emphasize the strategic synergy between content development and technological deployment. The systems librarian cadre, which is already in existence within our libraries, must be strengthened and sustained. This role is crucial in bridging the knowledge gap between content, expertise, and digital infrastructure. Colleagues, if we are truly serious about revolutionizing our libraries through technology, then we must stop overlooking one of the most strategic assets in our institutions, the system librarians. This cadre, as said earlier, exists within our libraries, but existence alone is not enough. We must strengthen it, we must sustain it. These professionals are not just support staff. Without them, our innovative efforts are like powerful engines without skilled engineers to keep them running. Let us recognize their value, invest in their development, and position them as the heart of our digital transformation strategies. The future of our libraries depends on it. Human resources and structural realignment, distinguished colleagues. As we chart the course for the future of our profession, one issue demands our immediate and deliberate attention, which is the strategic placement of our library schools within the academic structure of our universities. We must begin to reevaluate and, where necessary, reposition these schools not as peripheral departments, but as central players in the information age. It is our considered recommendation that library schools be situated within faculties such as computing or information science. This integration is not merely symbolic, it is strategic. It fosters an ecosystem where librarians are not only curators of content, but also creators and deployers of digital solutions that ensure global visibility of African scholarship. To function effectively in this expanded role, the reskilling of librarians is not optional, it is non-negotiable. Our institution must make continuous professional development a priority, particularly in critical areas such as data science, digital curation, information analysis. These competencies are essential for relevance in today's data-driven, technology-centric knowledge economy. We must not allow our discipline to be left behind in this digital revolution. Instead, let us lead it with boldness, with innovation, with purpose. Research visibility and open science, colleagues. As we align ourselves with the global momentum towards open science, Nigerian university libraries must rise to the challenge, not as passive observers, but as active champions of open science. This is no longer optional. It is strategic imperative I call on the federal government, particularly through the Ministry of Education and relevant agencies, to prioritize and support this crucial transformation. Our libraries must become engines of openness, transparency, and inclusivity in scholarly communication. As university librarians, we must go beyond our traditional roles. We must become research advocates, ensuring that our academies have not only access to quality resources, but also tools and guidance to publish in high-impact open access platforms. This is how we elevate visibility of Nigerian scholarship on global stage. This way, we improve our university rankings, not by chance, but by design. I strongly encourage every university librarian here today to actively collaborate with faculties and researchers in identifying reputable, high-impact, open-access journals. This deliberate strategy will boost citation metrics, enhance the reach of African scholarship, and more importantly, democratize the production and consumption of knowledge across our continent. Guidance, governance, and inclusion. Library leadership must embrace transparent governance and inclusive practices. Our policies and systems should be reflective of all users, regardless of socio-economic or physical status. The future library must be a safe, welcoming, and intellectually stimulating environment for all. To position libraries as strategic partners in institutional development, we call for the following governance reforms. University librarians should be included as statutory members of Senate committees on research and innovation. Library representation must be ensured at all council meetings to enable full participation in policy formulation and institutional planning. We must move away from the traditional organization of libraries instead of merely having cataloging classification units. We should institutionalize units such as quality assurance, research development unit, information technology unit, disability services unit. These changes will necessitate human capacity development and internal restructuring across our libraries. Collaboration, partnership, and consortia. No library is an island. Collaborations locally and globally are essential for resource sharing. Joint research and collective bargaining for digital licensing and infrastructure. Consortia can significantly reduce costs and enhance access to premium resources for Nigerian universities. Global best practices have shown that national consortia are effective mechanisms for resource aggregation and cost-effective access to digital knowledge. Countries in Africa, such as South Africa and Egypt, subscribe to over 400 databases through government-backed consortia. Nigeria currently struggles with access to fewer than 5. We deeply appreciate the role of TED Fund in supporting electronic database subscriptions and institutional repositories for theses and dissertations. However, more is needed. We propose an expansion of our partnership through New Lib, the university consortia, and urge the federal government to champion a robust consortium-driven model for national resource sharing. In addition, we call for a review of the TED Fund Library Development Intervention Expenditure Ratio of 70-30. The allocation must be made more flexible to reflect the diverse and specific needs of individual libraries across the country. Infrastructure and innovation. We must continue to advocate for adequate infrastructure, digital, physical, and human. It is imperative that we begin investing in sustainable data centers and linkages to national and regional research networks such as WACRIN and NGREN. This will form the digital backbone of scholarly communication and research collaboration. In addition, we must advocate for the development of institution-specific library apps integrated into the broader institutional mobile ecosystem to enhance user experience, accessibility, and real-time engagement with library resources, colleagues, and partners. I will not end this speech without expressing my profound gratitude to our indefatigable and transformative Vice Chancellor of National Open University of Nigeria, Professor Olufemi Peters, whose unwavering commitment to academic excellence and innovative, it made the hosting of this noble event at now very possible. Sir, your visionary leadership continues to inspire us. I also extend heartfelt appreciation to the local organizing committee whose tireless dedication and resilience have been instrumental to the success of this event. Special thanks to Alhaji Rivanu Absalam, the chairman, Dr. Margo Joshua Sani, the secretary, Professor Danjuma Jibili, and other support staff, Dr. Smart Ambrose, Ms. Talatu Michela, Mahmoud Zaburu. Your efforts behind the scene are deeply appreciated and will not go unnoticed. As we gather in sections, in panels, and informal exchanges, let us keep in mind that the future of university libraries in Nigeria lies in our collective resolve to innovate, collaborate, and advocate. The world is not waiting for us. Let us not be content with catching up. Let us lead from where we are with courage, creativity, and commitment. I thank you for your attention and look forward to a productive section. Long live AULNU. Long live Nigerian University Libraries. Long live Federal Republic of Nigeria.
We can appreciate our own share better than that, please. Thank you. Yes, librarians are the most misunderstood among all the professions. Because even in my own library, when they categorize the staff in the university, they're always categorizing librarians as non-academic, or admin staff. I said no. I've gotten that corrected long time ago. On that note, I wish to recognize our own sister department in NON, National Open University of Nigeria. That's the Department of NLIS. Dr. Mrs. Vivian Ogbonna, who is head of the department. Can you stand up for recognition, please? Thank you. Yes, after the goodwill messages, we can allow our guests of honor to take their leave, and it's going to be in this order. We are going to listen to our boss, the NUC rep, ably represented by Malam Ashafa Ladan, who is the Director of Skills Acquisition and Entrepreneurship. Then, of course, we listen to the ES, representative of the ES Debt Fund. Okay. I was asked to rearrange the order of goodwill message. Yes. We listen to our national librarian first, Professor Shinwe Anunobi. We listen to our goodwill message. Then after we have the NUC rep, Malam Ashafa Ladan. Then of course we have the ES, representative of the ES Debt Fund. Then of course we have our own president of NLA too. He will give us his own goodwill message. Then we have the LRCN registrar's rep, Mr. Kenneth Okwara. Then the last but not the least, we listen to the MD, CEO, the book company, Mr. Dayo Alabi. So in that order, please, can we just have the goodwill messages? Thank you. National Librarian.
Thank you, PRO. The chairman of the occasion, Professor Olufemi A. Peters, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, all the members of the responsibility table, and my colleagues. Please, I want to apologize for trying to bash into the giving the goodwill message, and I'm happy that the PRO was able to accept my request. I have another engagement that requires my presence. But I said I must be here. The whole program starts almost the same time. This one 10 o'clock, the other one 10 o'clock, so I'm 1 hour 30 minutes late. But each time I have any program with AULNU, I must be there because that's my home. I feel at home. Each time I come here, I see all my friends, my professional friends. In fact, I don't think there is any of my friend in the professional arena that is not here. And I'm so happy. I feel at home. The chairman, the powerful chair lady, has said it all. She said it all. And what caught my attention, which summarized all that she said here, is that we should innovate, collaborate, and advocate. That's what the summary of what she said here. So I don't think there is any other thing to say. But from a little experience, you know, I always talk to you each time you have your meeting, the little experience, and I talk based on experience. I will also amplify what she said. And that amplifying it in the area of what do we do? What do we do? Because some people, this grammar is getting too much. How do we start? Where do we start? You will start through advocacy. Stop being timid. Stop being naive. Stand to be counted. Wherever you find yourself, you are as much academic as the other person. No profession is better than the other. No profession requires more intelligence than the other. So there is need for you to stand, and one of the challenges the librarians have is that they are always timid, always naive, always saying, which one? And my professional colleagues, DVC, some of you will like to intimidate them. Do not allow yourself to be intimidated. But based on the title of your gathering, I want to tell you that there are a few things I highlighted. Of course, deploying ICT, technology. She mentioned it, areas you can deploy, but make sure, insist, that your library must have internet. That's the beginning of it. It is only when you have that internet that you now begin to tell users, come, we have internet. And that is when you will now begin to direct them on how and where to get resources. So your library must have internet and have alternate power. And how would you achieve it? You must advocate. You must tell them the reason why it should be so. And then, I want to tell us that AI has taken over. But then, AI does not manufacture knowledge. Rather, it collects knowledge and amplifies it. So, you have a strength. Part of the responsibilities of the university library is community service. So, community knowledge curation. Look in words. There must be community knowledge curation, and that community knowledge curation will not be for you to curate it and keep it on the desktop or file it. It must be up there, so that when people are looking for information about Justine Ekere, everything about her, you have curated and you put it there, and the AI will comes up. Let me tell you something. When my staff, we are doing current awareness, we do current awareness for newly books, and we put it online. We have a platform for it. And the one book was an edited work, and they said author, third fund, and then editors, this. And when I went searching for it, in the Google. AI came up and said, they are surprised. The National Library said that this book was authored by Ted Fund. What we know as that, this is AI telling me, and they got information from us, that the book was authored by Ted Fund. That's what my staff wrote. And the AI said, but what do you know about Ted Fund? That Ted Fund is an intervention body. This is AI telling me. So that will tell you that it is what you put that they will galvanize, but they can also analyze it. So your strength is on community knowledge. Indigenous knowledge, we have not looked into it. It is our strength. And if you put it in your platform, in your site, it will go places. It is a strength that you really need to tap into. And then the issue of, she said something about last year you had, the first biennial, or the last biennial of last year, you delved on research data management. It's compulsory that you must have to get your young ones to engage and have a training on research data management. That's where we are going. Everything in the globally is research, is about data. That's why they pride people when you are presenting any paper and you are doling out data. They say, oh, where did the data come from? What about the data in your institution? And then work in synergy with library educators. She mentioned it. Let us not run away from having the high flyers moving into librarianship. Why wouldn't somebody who had mathematics, who had physics, who had chemistry, go into librarianship? Why are we shying away from it? What was when I went in for masters in librarianship can never be. The world is changing. And these are the people that will be better systems librarian that we're going to have. Not people who read art. The art students, we have it because you cannot undermine arts. So powerful. It's before now I'm a science person that I was undermining arts. These are the people that bring up theory, analyze theory, synergize it, and come up with ideas. That's why in university, you know how you are arts philosophers, theologians, where when they stand to speak, you listen, you pay attention, because they will be speaking logically. But then, we are moving towards technology, because without technology, information cannot be galvanized, processed, put out there, so that people will access it. So, you must synergize with library educators and encourage them, convince them, because they are the people that are representing us in this curriculum issue, so that we begin to look at ourselves again. We get better people that will represent us better tomorrow. I think on this, I say I wish you the best of the program.
Thank you so much, Ma, for that insightful talk that we have heard from you. We really appreciate it. Now, the next person, let's listen to our NUC rep, Malam Ashafa Ladan, for his goodwill message. So there's going to be, after, we're going to have a group photograph before they leave. Then we'll now come back for the second session. Thank you.
My dear MC, my name is Ashafa Ladan, Director Skills Development and Entrepreneurship, National Universities Commission, not Skills Acquisition, a point of correction. Standing on the already established protocol, I bring warm greetings from the Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, who is unavoidably absent due to other official engagement outside the country. But he has asked me to convey his felicitation and goodwill message. It is on this note that I have a distinct honor to read his goodwill message as follows. It gives me immense pleasure to be here to address this August gathering as the special guest of honor at the 112th biannual meeting of Association of University Librarians of Nigeria. Permit me to begin by commending the leadership and members of the association for their consistent commitment to strengthening not only one of the core academic components, but also the backbone of our academic institution, that is the library. As you are all aware, libraries remain the heart of any academic program. They provide not only access to knowledge, but also foster critical thinking, support curriculum delivery, and facilitate research and innovation. A well-equipped and efficiently managed university library directly correlates with academic quality and global competitiveness. Upon a thorough evaluation of your antecedents, the association has over the years played a pivotal role in shaping the standards, policies, and operational frameworks that guide library services across our universities. From improving cataloging system, advancing digital repositories, to fostering interlibrary collaboration, the association has become a cornerstone of academic development in Nigeria. This meeting marks a significant milestone, not just in terms of continuity, but in relevance. A testament to your resilience and innovation in a rapidly changing educational landscape. The theme of this meeting, revolutionizing university libraries through adoption of emerging technologies for enhanced user experience, could not have been more timely in an era where artificial intelligence, machine learning, digital archiving, and cloud-based information management systems are redefining how knowledge is accessed and disseminated. Our university libraries must not be left behind. These emerging technologies are not optional luxuries. They are essential tools for survival and advancement in the global knowledge economy. At the National Universities Commission, we recognize the indispensable role of librarians as custodians of knowledge and as enablers of scholarly pursuit. Our ongoing efforts at curriculum review, university system digitization, and research enhancement and are intricately linked to the capabilities of our libraries. We are committed to supporting initiatives that will further digitalize information across all higher institutions in Nigeria. To this end, let me urge this association to continue to provide sterling leadership in library services, in library science, and also advocate for increased investment in library technologies, as well as strengthen partnerships that will position Nigeria university libraries as centers of excellence. In conclusion, let me once again applaud the association for the dedication and contributions to the university system. Your efforts are not unnoticed, and they will remain instrumental in realizing the vision of a robust and globally competitive Nigerian higher education system. Thank you, and I wish you a productive and impactful meeting. Professor Abdullah Yusuf Ribadu, Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. for that, although it was designed to be a goodwill message. That was a full-blown lecture from our executive secretary. We appreciate that. Yes, rep of ES, third form, sir.
The representative of the National University Commission, the representative of the Vice Chancellor, National Open University of Nigeria, leaders of the association, other members of the high table, other representatives of agencies and associations here present, respected members of AULNU, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Abdullahi Baba Imam, and I am the Director, Education Support Services in Ted Fund. And I'm here to, thank you. Because of the exigency of work, the Executive Secretary could not make it to this place, so he directed me to come and represent him. And also directed me to read his goodwill message. So permit me to do so, please. So it is indeed an honor and a pleasure to be with you today on the occasion of the 112th biannual meeting of the Association of University Librarians of Nigerian Universities, AULNU. Let me begin by commending the leadership of AULNU for your dedication, consistency, and resilience in fostering professional development, collaboration, and innovation within the library of our tertiary education ecosystem. Your work as university librarians is foundational to the academic mission of our institutions. You served as custodians of knowledge, facilitators of research, and strategic partners in driving learning outcomes. The impact of your work is far-reaching, and we at TED Fund recognize your vital role and remain committed to supporting library development through infrastructure, digital resources, capacity building, etc. Over the years, the fund has no doubt been convinced that the library development intervention is very critical and sacrosanct in our daily operations. We have so far disbursed over 20 billion naira for library books, e-resources, equipment, etc. for libraries of our beneficiary institutions, and will continue to do so. As you meet to deliberate and strategize, I encourage you to embrace innovation and collaboration, especially in the face of rapidly evolving information technologies. The future of higher education depends greatly on strong, modern, and responsive library systems. On behalf of the Executive Secretary, I congratulate you on this milestone and wish you productive engagements, renewed inspiration, and impactful resolutions. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, let's listen to the NLA president, our own Dr. Omakaro. You're welcome, sir.
The chairman of the occasion, members of the high table, distinguished university librarians, members of the press, I thank you for the privilege to give a goodwill message in this 112th biannual meeting of the Association of University Librarians in Nigeria. And I wish to stand on the already established protocol. For me, my goodwill message may not sound as goodwill, but may sound as a message of appreciation to AULNU. It is particularly emotional for me as it marks my final official engagement with the Association of University Librarians in my capacity as President and Chairman of Council of the Nigerian Library Association. In many ways, this is my moment of farewell to AULNU as President of NLA. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the leadership and members of AULNU for the consistent and invaluable support you have given me throughout my tenure since my assumption of office in 2022. Your support and encouragement has indeed strengthened my resolve and my courage to do the things we did. From the era of Dr. Idris Abdulkadri to that of my brother and friend, Professor Jubril Al-Hassan, AULNU has stood as a firm ally, backing the NLA through pivotal advocacy battles, including the issues around the CC marks and the long-standing cadre challenges in universities. You have not only supported all our national conferences financially, but you have also remained a vibrant and dependable voice in the NLA Council. AULNU has never missed a council meeting under my leadership, and for that I remain eternally grateful. Your trust in my leadership has been a tremendous moral booster and strengthened my resolve to deliver all the impactful results you have seen us deliver. My relationship with AULNU began during the tenure of Dr. Adediji, who graciously co-opted me into your local organizing committee for one of your Abuja Biennial conferences that was chaired by Professor Ifeoma Echezona, and Professor Atairu was part of that committee. Even before then, I had represented the NLA presidents at several of your conferences. But over time, this fruitful relationship has enriched my administration and strengthened the bond between NLA and AULNU. The theme of your conference, Revolutionizing University Libraries Through Adoption of Emerging Technology for Enhanced User Experiences, both timely and forward-looking. It resonates strongly with the transformation we are envisioning for the library profession in Nigeria. Indeed, as we embrace the tools of the future, our collective mission must be to reimagine services delivery, enhance our user satisfaction, and reinforce the relevance of university libraries in an evolving information ecosystem. As I take my bow, I want to urge our leaders and members, university librarians, that NLA depends heavily on your leadership. Let us try to lead by example, by paying our personal and institutional dues and ensuring that our staff do the same, including licensing fields for LROCN. This is essential for the sustenance and the growth of our noble association. Though I was scheduled to be in Benin City today on a paid engagement, I chose to be here instead, and that is because I have high regards for AULNU, and I understand the relevance of AULNU to the entire university system in Nigeria. Finally, I am hoping and believing that I will see you all in Benin which marks my last annual conference and AGM this July. And I wish every one of us here this morning or this afternoon, as the time is, this morning, wish you a very fruitful deliberation and look forward to your communique. I use the word look forward to your communique very, very, very strongly, because the thing we try to do with NLA now is that for all our conferences and events, we want to try and see that all the communiques we are bringing out reaches government. And how do we do that? When we write it, we attach a letter to it, and we send it to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. We also send it to the Minister of Education, and we try as much as possible to extend it even to the Chief of Staff, to the President, because it is our intention and desire that they must hear the voice of librarians, and they must know that will exist. I thank you, and God bless you. And for those who are visiting Abuja for the first time, welcome to Abuja. God bless you.
An emotional, farewell, goodwill message. I wish he has the opportunity of a second term. Maybe he can contest again. Thank you. Yes, on this note, can we now listen to the rep of LRCN, Mr. Kenneth Okwara, for his goodwill message. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Chairman of the occasion and other members on the high table, members of AULNU, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning all. My name is Mr. Kenneth Okwara. I'm a chief librarian at the council. I'm here to represent the registrar, who couldn't be here today because of other official engagements. So, standing on the existing protocol, I want to read his goodwill message. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the 112th biannual meeting of the Association of University Librarians of Nigeria Universities, AULNU. Chairman of the occasion, my esteemed colleagues, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this event is a demonstration of the association's consistency and diligence in ensuring sustainability of professionalism in the practice of librarianship in Nigerian universities. The need for a world-class academic library that will enhance innovation and productivity, which support teaching, learning, and research, is germane, and the roles of university librarians here cannot be overemphasized. This meeting, therefore, presents an opportunity for the members to collaborate, exchange ideas that will shape the future of librarianship in Nigerian universities. LRCN will continue to do its best to better the lot of our noble profession, librarians and the institutions. We therefore urge all librarians and authorities to support the council to achieve its mandate. Please sponsor the librarians in your various institutions to attend LRCN programs such as the national workshops, conferences, and also encourage those yet to be licensed to do so. And let all certified librarians endeavor to renew their licenses annually. Thanks for your attention, and I wish you all fruitful deliberations and journey mercies on your way back to your various destinations. Thank you very much.
Next, we have the representative of our vendors. May I invite Mr. Dayo Alabi MD CEO, the book company, to give his goodwill message. You are welcome, sir.
Mr. Chairman of the occasion, who is represented, let me beg to stand on all existing protocols. My name is Dayo Alabi, the MD CEO, the Book Company Limited. I'm here for several reasons. In your past editions, I have always promised that each of your future editions will support you and ensure that you have a successful outing. I'm making a promise again that by the grace of God, all subsequent editions will be there to support you. Why do we want to support you? Not only because we do business with you. Some of the reasons are as follows. You all come here to learn through lectures and seminars, which you may not have the opportunity to do in your various campuses. You come here to bond and exchange experiences and discuss and learn from one another. These are some of the reasons that we say we continue to provide whatever we can to create that opportunity for you to come here and exchange ideas. I also represent other vendors who are not here. I think I'm qualified to represent them for various reasons. For 5 years, I was National President of Nigerian Booksellers Association. For 5 years, I was Vice President of Nigerian Publishers Association. When the Nigerian Book Fair Trust was established in 1998, and all the associations in the industry came together to form the Nigerian Book Fair Trust, I have the privilege of being the first chairman of Nigerian Book Fair Trust. And Alaji was the fourth chairman of the association. So I also bring greetings from Nigerian Book Fair Trust. The only remark I want to make is that the participation of your members at the annual Nigeria International Book Fair has not been as it used to be. We had a book fair May 7th to 9th this year. I don't think up to 10% of Nigerian university librarians were there. Not even 1%, which is not good enough. And now talking of Nigerian librarians in general, I don't think up to 5% of all librarians in Nigeria came. I want to appeal to you that this book fair trust, when it came to existence in 1998, all the presidents of the 7 associations came together to form that trust. And I happen to be at least 10 years younger than any of the past presidents. Justice Aguda, Professor Ike, Alaji Wale, Chief Omoni, Otumba Sholarin, you know, they drafted me, as they were saying in the military, to be their first chairman. And I'm pleased that as of today, the Book Fair Trust is growing stronger and stronger. But my appeal is that you, as the key stakeholder in that trust, should continue to support us. Before I leave, let me also express the appreciation of Booksellers in Nigeria for your patronage. And as much as possible, we'll continue to support you. The book company in particular that I am in charge of, I pledge that we'll continue to support you the best we can. And I promised my brother, I call him my brother, doctor, that in Benin, by the grace of God, the book company will be there to support you. Congratulations for this 112th anniversary. I wish you great celebration. God bless all of us. Thank you.
Can we have a more applause for all our goodwill message speakers? I think they have done so well. We appreciate all that you have said. Yes, on this note, we are ending the first session with a group photograph before our guests of honors leave. And I think in this order, the executive and the... Okay, I thought that, okay. All right. So, our honor share, we have to, sorry, LOC share, we have to come up for the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, MC. The PRO, the chairman of the occasion, Chairman AULNU, my president NLA, my OGA, ESNEC, and ES Test Point, and all other protocols duly observed. As usual, it's only fair that if you invite guests, you thank them before they leave. So the other occasion we are going to have after this is one of our own. We can also thank him after. So on behalf of the Association of Librarians of Nigeria, AULNU, the executive and other members of the association and the LOC, we wish to express our profound gratitude to the Almighty God, Allah, for His support and for His mercies, for sparing our lives and give us good health to be here today. We thank Him for the successes we have achieved so far. It has not been easy because you all know what's happening in the country now. The economy is so bad. Movement is very difficult now with the heat and everything. But we're able to, with the support of the chairman, carry out this task. Now, after thanking Almighty Allah, we thank the Vice Chancellor of this university, Professor Fitas. Honestly, this brand new hall, digital hall, is given to us free by him to use for this meeting. And honestly, if you know the amount of what we are consuming now from yesterday, once there is no light, we have a standby. Then you imagine all the gadgets we are using now. And all the support staff are there for us. The IT crew is there. The other crews are there waiting for us to really use them. This mic and other things that are there is all free. So honestly, please, the DVC sir, convey our appreciation to the Vice Chancellor. We wish him luck, and we also appreciate and may God Almighty bless him and for him to have a good, successful tenure of office. Now, I also want to thank the chairperson of AULNU and her executive. Honestly, she's a wonderful chairperson. Even though this is our first meeting, but she has been able to really adopt easily. And whatever the LOC needs, within the next few hours, she gets it across and she gets approval of the ESCO. So I wish to thank her and thank her ESCO for the support. And we were able to weather all situations because of her support and attention. So I want to, please, my apologies to Oga for disturbing always in the night. Send you text messages and getting your attention to give us approval. Now, I also want to thank our supporters, even though Mr. Dayo has mentioned it. But honestly, we got a lot of support from the book company every year. This year also he did. I don't want to mention what he did, but he did very well. And I'm sure he'll do the same for NLA. Progressive Educational Services is there also. The e-books, EcoConnect, and others. They really supported us financially. We thank them and wish them well, and will continue to patronize them whenever the resources are there by courtesy of our TED Fund or wherever we have the funds. So we wish to also thank TED Fund for their support and for carrying us along in some of the activities that concerns us. We hope that you continue, extend our appreciation to the ES, and we look forward to more collaborations and synergizing on areas of interest and progress to the association. We thank all our members for coming. I've seen many of our colleagues from nooks and corners of the country. We thank God for journey messages. I also pray that as you come here safely, may you go back safely home also, through whichever means, either by air or by road. We hope God will protect all of us to go back to our destination safely and meet our families. We thank you all for coming, and we thank you all for attending this program. Thank you very much. Our keynote speaker, please, you are yet to present, but I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful paper. We thank you in advance for coming. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you so much, our powerful LOC chair. I asked him yesterday that what is the secret of his youthfulness? He's the youngest oldest. Thank you so much. Yes, on this note, I think we have ended the first session. And what is going to be the order of the photograph?